Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. We have another SCP scenario today because everyone likes the SCP scenarios. And of course not a single one, that's just, oh gosh, this is so stupid. Alright, SCP-016 is the one that I found that I wanted to try. There it is, by Helsberg. Interesting symbol right there. SCP-016 is a type of malignant? Well, that's just a weird, what's coming out of my mouth? Fungus that rewrites its host DNA to ensure its own survival. Will the Foundation recontain this disease? No. The sentient microorganism is based off of the fungus disease type, meaning it cannot infect a lot of humans without the help of spore eruptions. SCP-16, bloodborne pathogen, mine worker who injured himself while working in a deep coal seam. Blood and air transmission, spore transmission, symptoms, Phase 2 begins in 48 hours. Controlled form of hemorrhagic fever as the organism causes a small amount of blood to become aspirated in the lungs. We need more redactions. Come on, redact it all. That's the funny stuff about the SCPs. We just have a crap ton of redactions. Anyway, let's go ahead and give this one a shot. I'm curious. So yeah, I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a fungus that just rewrites its DNA to make it survive and perpetuate and get spread and then eventually kill the host. Wow. I never played the fungus scenarios, and I got 2 in a week. That's weird. Metabolic jump, genetic mimic, pterosite, extremophile, and pathostasis all seem fine. Pathostasis might actually be a must for this, based on the description. Sounds like the spore bursts are going to be very important. This sentient microorganisms are a type of malignant fungus that transforms its host into abominations just to ensure its own survival. The pathogen has escaped containment at site, redacted. There you go, more of that. During a containment breach. Will the SCP Foundation recontain this disease in Saudi Arabia? No! Never! They never contain me. Transmissions. We start off with sporal augmentation. Spores become light in weight, increases infectivity. Alrighty. Blood 1 gives the organism ability to spread through blood-to-blood contact. Seems normal. Air. Well, good thing I started off in Saudi Arabia because air is a good starting transmission. Symptoms. Coughing. Chance of infection by spreading pathogen into surroundings, especially in high-density urban areas. Teratomorphic state. Pathogen responds to high stress by rewriting the DNA of the host, ensuring survivability. Increases infectivity as well as severity. And for our abilities, we have our cold, heat, and drug resistance. Proximity incubation. The pathogen becomes dormant without human presence, increases all climate survivability, kind of like the bacteria shell. And spore bursts. Let's go for a spore burst. Hey, we got into an island. Let's do another one. Hey, we got nearby. Next. Hey, South America. Next. Hey, an island. That's actually really good. Greenland. No. Philippines. All right. Greenland. No. Darn it. Another neighbor of freaking... Fine. Spore eruption. Worst possible layouts. All the ones that are close by. Not what I wanted to see. All right. Let's go for some air transmission. I mean, yeah, you really can't have a strategy that employs just lots of spore bursts. As long as you have the pathostasis, it's basically free and gives you a really strong advantage in the early game. Since you have an opportunity to kind of spread all around the world really early. I tend to save at least 1 spore eruption for my islands, though, just to be on the safe side. Come on, USA or something. Gosh dang it, fine. Fine. If that's how they want to play it, then we'll do it that way. Let's go for some extra air transmission, also some sporal augmentation. That's a lot of infectivity at this stage of the game, but I'm okay with that. The world mourns Hamambe death. The world's second most loved gorilla, not the first, has died from an unknown cause. But people are not as upset as the last time. Oh, because it's Hamambe, not Haram. I get it. I didn't notice that it was not spelled the same. Good job. You got me. Sporal rectification. Spores ejected more in one burst. Would that have changed my spore bursting? I hope not. I don't even know if that's possible. Maybe. Sporal amelioration. I think I said that right. Spores become smaller in size, increasing infectivity even further. All right, I mean, that sounds pretty good. As much infectivity as possible is going to be good. These do the same thing, so I guess we'll pick up both. Okay, increased rainfall in the humid countries. If only I had any sort of humidity transfer, but I do not as of yet. Well, we needed some severity because I'm starting to spread and not getting a lot of DNA. So let's go for some coughing and some sneezing. That'll help a tiny bit, but not by much. Ocular pruritus? Pruritus is a weird word to say. Allergy reaction develops behind the eyes, causing them to become itchy, increasing severity. Good. Fever. Don't want lethality. That would be a little bit much. We have been detected. Okay. Doop-a-doop, doop, doop, doop-a-doop, doop, doop, doop. Let's go for the extra severity, and then rhinorrhea. Allergy reaction causes the sinus to produce excess mucus. There we go. And then aggression. I don't want aggression. That's lethality. Too quick, too painful. This would be pretty good, but for 34 DNA, it's a bit on the expensive side, you know what I mean? Like, 34 DNA is no joke. I think I'd rather just go for things like, you know, some cold resistance and heat and drug resistances and stuff like that. Also, we could just go for resistance in all climates. We'll just do a little bit of that. Why not? Drug resistance would probably be good. We're not spreading very rapidly in Europe at all, so we'll pick that up. Next. Doop, doop. Let's go for... I want to save it for level 2. Almost got it there. Morocco. There we go. Boom. All right, what are we missing? A lot of Europe and all of North America. That sucks. Hey, we got this thing to mutate for free. That's super valuable. I like it. So that unlocks Motoric Adaptation. Increases bone and muscle mass in motoric organs to allow hosts to significantly run and jump higher. Humerus Transmogrification. Transforms the host's arms into blade-like or hammer-like appendages. Yikes. Aquatic Adaptation. Gills. Sea transmission rate. Muscular hypertrophy. Microtrauma increases muscle mass. Biochemical adaptation, lethality through combat, and aeronautic adaptation, air transmission rate. Interesting. This is a far more benevolent fungus than I would have expected. It's actually making humans better in different ways. SCP-016 is transforming humans. Sightings of large bats or predatory fish has been recorded all over the world. Is the beginning of something terrible? What do bats and fish have to do with anything? Did I actually read this thing? Hang on. Yeah, I did. So where are the bats and the fish coming from? I don't know. Apparently they're gonna ruin the world. What's left? Gosh dang it. Freaking get into Mexico and Canada and the islands and stuff. All right, let's see. We're gonna go for the sea transmission rate, and then we're gonna go for the air 3. And we can't get to that unless we do more blood, which I'm not gonna do. Let's go for some cold resistance. And then probably save up my points from there. Okay, we got New Zealand. That's good. Got into a handful more. Good. Okay, so that's enough that I think a spore burst is warranted. Let's do it. Boom! We're now in every country. Hooray! Let's go for proximity incubations dormant up to a year. Let's do it again. That way we have incredibly good climate resistance in the cold countries that we only just not got into. And let's work on some lethality with aggression and a fever. Then there's a hemorrhagic fever. Organism causes a small amount of blood to become aspirated in the lungs, causing an aerosol effect. Increases infectivity. Huge earthquake in France. Okay, what does that have to do with anything? Nothing. France is beginning to break down. The earthquake was the final straw. Now they can't handle it. They just can't handle the stress, man. Hematidrosis? Hematidrosis? The pathogen causes the capillary blood vessels that feed the sweat glands rupture, causing them to exude blood. Exude. This is a word you don't hear all that often. All right, lethality would be good. We don't have a lot, so let's pick that up. That leads to projectile vomiting, which is apparently very lethal. In the final stage, the host is observed to have projectile vomiting blood up to 5 meters. You say it increases severity, but realistically it increases lethality by a lot. By the way, we're not killing nearly fast enough for my taste, so this is going to become a problem very rapidly. I would say we ramp up the killing, but I'm a little concerned that we're going to need the cure progress. There's projectile vomiting for free, thank God. Blood, hypertension. The host's blood pressure skyrockets as the final stage of the infection increases lethality, though chance of stroke or cardiac arrest. Yeah, this cure is wrecking me. We're going to have to do some genetic reshuffles. At least 1 or 2 levels of those just to buy some time. Good news is we're killing a lot faster now. So I think we can still win this scenario, but yeah. Nuclear explosion in Norway! They have nukes! Did we know that through the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty? Was that a known thing, or... Well, I guess we found out now. I'm just joking. I have no idea. Blood hypertension. Kill faster. All right, we're going to be fine. We got him. We got him pretty good. Works for me. Go for humorous transmogrification as well, just for the fun of it. Not a bad scenario, all in all. Actually, a pretty reasonable amount of customization across the board. And it actually sticks to a theme. It doesn't have a lot of grammatical mistakes. I mean, really, what's not to like about that? That's perfect. Now, I can't speak to the authenticity of the scenario as far as SCP-016, because it's one of the ones I'm not very familiar with. But, it sounds pretty good. I don't know. Is the fungus typically going to rework human DNAs to actually be more effective with gills and stuff like that? And what's with the blade arms? Is that a thing? I don't know. People who are more into SCP stuff will be able to tell me down in the comment section. As far as I can tell, from an outsider with only a passing knowledge of SCP stuff, this seems pretty compelling across the board. I'm actually surprised it doesn't have a better rating on Plague Inc. Custom Workshop right now. I feel like it ought to be a little bit better than that, because there's really nothing wrong with it. It's good. It's just solid all around. Well done. 100% well done. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if so, you'll consider hitting that like button, leave a comment with your suggestions on what scenarios I should play next, and subscribe if you have not already. My name is Pravus, and I will see you guys next time.